In this video, I'm going to talk you through a very basic shot when it comes to shooting in the game of pétanque. This is the tir au rafle or raffle shot, known in the UK as a scooter shot. And here's the interesting thing. It's really frowned on by purists, but can be one of the most devastating shots if you have it in your arsenal. The reason it's frowned on by purists is because the pure game is where you have a boule and you throw your boule and it lands on it perfectly at this exact angle, displaces the boule, yours stays there in the perfect position. But you can achieve exactly the same with a raffle shot, where it's bumbling on the ground here, hits this ball, displaces it and stays in exactly the same position. The only problem is with the tir au rafle is that on certain terrains, you're not going to get away with it. I've deliberately chosen this terrain because this is the sort of terrain that you can get away with this shot. What I want to do is demonstrate it. I want to talk you through why people choose this. I want to show you how anyone can shoot this shot. Whether you're a 70-year-old lady or a 9-year-old who's playing his first game of pétanque, you can actually play this shot. Nothing magical about it. It doesn't need years of training. It's just the ability to throw a ball in a straight line and hit a target. So we have a jack here. As you can see, a nice bright green jack. Hopefully it is close enough so that you can see it. We've got all of the ball back here. What I'm going to do is just point the first ball up just to get it, if I can, quite close. Oh, that's not too bad. So here we go. What I'm going to do here with this particular shot is I'm going to come up and I'm going to address the ground first, because I'm going to be landing on the ground. I'm not landing on the ball. So if there's a great big lump or a big old stone or something that's quite nasty, I don't want to be landing on that. So I want to address the area, pick my landing spot for where I'm going to land my ball. Now, I am going to use this nice big leaf to demonstrate where I'm landing approximately, and another leaf here, and we'll just lose that twig because we really don't want it. So initially the shot, stepping back here, picks out roughly where I want to be landing. I want to throw it fairly hard, but not really hard. So it's going to be landing in this area. It's going to be going through in a straight line and then knocking the ball out. Let's see how we got on. I've got 5 different ball back here. As you can see, I've hit just past my landing area, maybe by 2 or 3 inches, but that's okay. My ball has hit and stayed around in the area, which is exactly what we wanted. I didn't throw it with any particular strength. I didn't throw it with any vigor, or it wasn't forced in any way. It was almost like a hard point. Let's see if we can do it again. Clipped it again. So again, nothing wrong. The outcome was exactly what I wanted. Again, a little bit further on from exactly where I think is the right area. But that's okay, because this is tir au rafle. We're using the terrain to our advantage. Now I've got 2 hits. Let's see if I can play one where it actually stays around. Another good example. It's hit, it's clicked off, and it was exactly where I wanted it. So there's 2 carreaux here already with this particular shot. So let's see if this is where you're going to have a problem if there's a ball in front. You cannot play this shot. You may have a problem if there's a ball very close. But as long as you're throwing the ball well and you're throwing the ball straight, that problem shouldn't necessarily be too bad. There's one example. Kicked into both ball. Stayed in the perfect position though. Perfect carreau. And there's an example of when it's gone steaming through, clipped both ball, and not necessarily stayed around. So as you can see, you're taking a bit of a gamble with this particular shot. But on a terrain like this, This is perfect for tiro raffle. However, spin around to this terrain, totally different ball game. Nice bits of grit on here, allows the ball to stay, allows it to hold its line. This one, that's like glass. The ball is so fast on that particular terrain. Now you can still shoot tiro raffle there as well, and it's going to work very, very well, but you've got to take into account the undulations. And believe me, there's quite a few undulations with that. One of the problems with shadows, ombre, as we call them in France, is it's difficult to read the actual terrain. So walking up and down, checking things out, deciding where you're going to land the ball is very, very important. Now, once you've mastered the tiro raffle, you can then move on to another type of shot. So let's see if I can demonstrate this particular shot. So we'll put everything back to where it was, and I'll talk you through this one. So this is a different style of shot, similar but different. So with a tiro raffle, you're landing back here and you're coming through. With this particular shot, you're landing a lot closer to the ball. So instead of 0.5 meter to 1 meter away, maybe even more, you're landing about 1 foot away from the ball. Now this is going to be a slight bit more of a hard point rather than an actual shot. So let's see how we get on. Little click on the ball. Did the job, moved it, try it again. There's a perfect example of it. Now, if we examine this, I landed here. It's exactly 2 of my feet away from the ball. It's ended up in a perfect carrow, which is exactly what we want. You can practice this on terrains like this. Lovely, really, really works well. Again, you can see it's ended up in a carrow. It's like a push shot. They call it a poussée in France. Little push shot. No theatrics, just clicks through, ends up in carrow, and certainly hits in the majority of occasions. Now this is going to frustrate the hell out of the people you're playing against. They may even start to adapt it themselves. But if you can work the terrain to your advantage, so that it comes off in the best possible outcome for you, don't worry about what other people think. Don't worry that they are far too focused on being purists. You want to enjoy the game. You want to have the feeling that you can hit. Now, if you can start learning how to train tiro raffle just like that, and then the little push shot, which I just did afterwards, then you can work up gradually because your confidence will grow. Once your confidence grows, you'll say, okay, now I need to start working a little bit harder on my tiro fair, where you hit directly onto a ball. Now, once I've done that, maybe I can start shooting half ball. Maybe I can start shooting on the other side of the ball. Maybe I can start working on recoil, loads of backspin, so you screw the ball back. Maybe you can put a little bit of side spin on it so it screws across. All little things that you can do, but you can't do them if you don't have the foundation. So start with a raffle shot, work it through. Let me know how you get on. And if you like this video, you're gonna love this one.